too. Put rounds in his chest like a hula hoop. If Doodle gon' vote, then I'm voting too. We don't keep no imposters among us, dude. I'm loyal to my dog like he Marmaduke.
Hey everybody, welcome in over here on YouTube for our first stream on YouTube. Actually, we have to stream here as Hella's gonna be doing Twitch. So like always, I got Tubbins with me. So welcome, Tubbins. How you doing tonight?
Yeah, glad to be here. Should be a good match. Yeah, I don't think you can beat the finals. You know, I think knowing most of these guys, playing with some of these guys, playing against some of these guys, these teams are evenly matched in my book. I mean, every time we played Gambit, it was usually kind of an overtime battle. You know, so we'll see how it plays out. But yeah, like you said, we got, you know, one guy streaming on Twitch, us on YouTube, something new for us. Pretty clean looking though. The chat looks pretty clean. The video looks pretty clean. This ain't so bad.
Yeah, I mean, YouTube's pretty good. I just, I've never really built it, right? So we don't really have a following on YouTube. I mean, I always post our comp videos and stuff, but I've never really pushed it. But we're going to change that. It's set up now. So every stream will be, well, except for this one, obviously, but every other stream will be Twitch and YouTube simultaneously. So make sure to give us a like, subscribe, you know, hit the bell button, you know, all the YouTube things, right? I hear YouTube's better for streaming, so we'll see how this goes. But either way, let's take a look at the rules real quick. They're kind of the same as they've been, you know, throughout the rest of the tournament, with the exception of the maps, right? So first to 5 wins, best to 9. All the typical bans throughout the regular season are still the same. This week's maps are Proc, Himmels, Arctic, Mine, Steps, Muros, with Ghost Town being tiebreaker. Sheep Team 6 has banned Arctic, and Decoy has banned Himmelsdorf. So we will do Proc, Mine, Steps, Muro, Ghost Town, if those are needed.
Great maps.
Yep.
Great maps. I like that. I think this should be good.
Yeah.
And there's always good battles between these two. I mean, it was kind of like when I came back to we came back to streaming and everything. You know, I really got the majority of people told me, you know, one was a team to beat. But looks like we got a different finals here. You know, so credit to Decoy for being able to knock them off last round, and we will see what they have. I mean, the finals are good. Like, I enjoy watching the finals from, like, I guess an old caller perspective, because I know these two callers, and I know that they're gonna have something up their sleeve, right? You know?
Yeah.
So it's always nice to see. Looks like Will's going with standard 3 bats on Proc. He loves that. So we'll see what he tries to do with that. But
give me just 1 minute here. I'm going through and making sure I post my stuff. Yeah, and I mean,
yeah, just bear with us, because like I said, like, this is new to the Noodle, especially, you know, figuring everything out and the buttons and stuff like that. So
yeah, and it really operates a lot different, you know, mainly because I'm only streaming to 1 instead of 2. This would be a lot more simple if I had Twitch going at the same time, but nonetheless, I'll figure it out. All my regulars know. They've already hit me in the chat with the one job. I've always said I have one job, and that's to hit the live button. It's not really the case today, and we might struggle a little bit. So we'll see. We'll see.
You know, this can be nice, you know, for people who have, you know, the YouTube TV and stuff, the no ads, and, you know, people have the subs on the other way, no ads. So, you know, it's whatever.
Yeah, the YouTube Premium, it's a big deal. Like, when I watch streams, I'd say 95% of the time I watch on YouTube. I don't really do a lot of I don't really do a lot of watching on Twitch. YouTube's just a better quality. I do too, obviously, but yeah, it's all new to me, right? And we don't really have a lot of subscribers here. I think we're like 124 subscribers. So if you're in the chat, share this up, let everybody know. Like I said, we're going to continue to stream on YouTube, you know, every game going forward. So anyway.
Also, you know what? Anybody listening, you know, plays on other teams. Remember, like, a channel like this, and every game that we stream goes on the channel. You can go back and watch the people you're about to play. You can watch, you know, like, you can get ideas from other things. Like, I know when I called, like, watching, you know, playing, you know, if you really want to get up to the top level and, you know, get better and improve, you know, unfortunately, I say unfortunately, depending on what you enjoy or not, but, you know, watching film so to say, is it helps. You know, it's part of the game. You know, watch other people play, what habits they have, what tanks they like to play, you know, what parts of the map they like to take. So, you know, all those things. And, you know, channel like this, you got all those videos to go back, you know. Go back and watch the teams you're going to be playing against and all that stuff, or maybe even go back and watch your own team. You know, I used to do that, so I kind of knew who was stinking up the joint, so to say. But here we go. We'll go right into match one. So,
Yep.
Proc, we'll see how this plays out.
I see some super conquers, so we're getting a little different here.
Yeah, we'll see. But on the side of 1F, we got 3 5s, IS7, 3 batch hats, and on the side of DECOY, we got 2 super conks, 2 IS7s, 2 batch hats, and 1 leopard 1. Now, I will say this: I think I would take a Conquer over an E5 on this map, just because of Capola. Like
I would too, yeah.
Where are you going to hide it? Maybe in the back one, but we'll see. We got 1 batch hat going to spot. We got 2. It looks like they're playing E5s just like Chieftains on that back 1 line. And we have 1 batch hat. Yeah, it looks like Kellen and Lewis. So LSVW. I just screwed that up again. Either way, I call that guy Lewis, because that's his name. And sometimes I might call tanks Ryan, but that's for people I'm watching. But it looks like they got Super D spotted, so they know there's 1 tank there. But ironically enough, they didn't spot Erm. Oh, decoys, they're going right for it. I actually like this play out of DECOY. I don't think these E5s are going to last as long. Let's see how quick Wills is able to spot this. Okay, got 1. Okay, he sees him. It looks like Lewis is rotating back. No, I think they're going to let him fight for themselves. Are they going to try to take the bowl? It looks like yeah, okay. So Wills is right on the call to go for the bowl. They're trying to focus out Bob. Oh, now they're going for Gambit. Wilhelm and Randy back here focusing on Gambit. Gambit's going to get a little bit of turret turns here. Randy's got his turret turn. Oh, Will's got his turret turn. That's not so bad for killing Gambit, though. They only lost half a tank. Airstorm's going to come in.
Yeah, that was
Should
good.
be able to clean up Will. Ooh, Will with the ram. Even though it's 200 damage, that might come back to haunt you.
Yeah, no, I mean, that was a good ram. Good little bit of damage out there. Bob's now down to 1. Randy might be able to get him out here.
Yeah,
he
they also
should.
took the ball.
Oh, Bob got behind the tank. I think he's going to be safe here if he can play this right. Nice block out of Crucial Cross out. Unfortunate miss. Randy did go for the shot on Crucial Bounce. Both batch hats on reload. They've got to get Randy out of here before he's able to get Bob out. There we go.
They
nice.
needed to get him out of there 30 seconds ago.
I know, that took a long time.
Dodger
A lot happened the rest of the map.
Yeah, now they're trapped. I mean, to me, you know, I really thought DECOY was going to win this match because they had the Leopard, they had the 2 guys in the bowl. You knew the Batchat and Wills were going to come, but I expected them to do more damage there. But it seemed like nobody really went with Gambit. Like, even when they turned their heads, they didn't get enough damage out of it. Like, I was kind of surprised by that. Like, when they went down those 1-line for those E5s, I was like, that's a good play. They got 2 guys in the bowl. They got a guy covering. It's 4v2 here. 2 guys from Sheep Team really aren't going to be able to get there in time, but nah. Sheep Team made this look pretty easy in a sense, I think.
Yeah, I mean, there was a couple little things, right, that I think DECOY could have done a little better to change the outcome of this, but overall, I think Sheep Team did play it pretty well. It took them a long time to get Randy out. And sorry, I apologize for the camera work this first match. I was trying to make sure everything was working correctly. I think it's all working right. I don't know, though. But either way, nice round for Sheep Team. Put them up 1 here. That's a big victory.
Yeah, and like most damage coming out of Crusoe, good damage. Good damage out of Leopard. Airstorm was able to get those pins on E5, but Gambit, unfortunately, going in, I mean, would have liked to see maybe a pin or 2 out of him. Super D's, like, Gambit and Super D were the guys' focus. Bob kind of got caught out there. Only got 1 clip, only able to pin 2.
Yeah, I mean, no pins out of Gambit when he pushed in and had a complete and total flank on E5s is just not good. Not good.
Well, I mean, he took the focus to turn the turrets. Like, I could see that being the idea, you know, get the E5's turrets to turn, pop them.
Yeah, but
right?
if he'd have been one shot, right, that's a whole, what, half a minute that, you know, Randy Duck would have been out in his E5 instead of sitting there waiting, right? I mean,
yeah, but they would have lost that minute. I mean, they did need to do it quicker, you know. But I really think this is just everybody on 1F was really ready to go. Like even though Will's, even though he only got went 3 for 4, but he spotted him. He made the call quick. They got
Right.
on the bowl quick, and huge credit to Randy and Will.i.am being able to be rushed by 4 tanks and get 1 kill, right? And both your tanks do 2,600 damage is good. That is good. Usually what you expect is one guy to kind of get popped out, maybe get 2 or 3 pins. The other guy kind of does 26, 3K, right? But they were able to kind of give an extra 3 pins of probably what they shouldn't have had, but good players pin shots, Randy, Will, played with them, played against them. They're good players, That's a pretty nasty lineup from 1F.
Yeah, it is.
Ellen, Monkey, and Bad Chats. You got Tanks in his IS-7. You got Will, who's just quiet guy who bounces shots, does damage.
Yeah, and I mean, going back on what you were saying, right? Like, I've been asking for years now for somebody to get Will to give me an autograph because he's my hero.
Is he?
I like this guy. Every time I've seen Will.i.am play, he's
a gamer.
Dude, he's always been on top of it. I've yet to see this guy lose, trades, right? Like he just battles, pin shots. He's my hero. I wish I had his autograph.
All right. Well, I don't really know what to say to that, so.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Yeah. Well.
Especially considering I've been saying it for like 3 years now.
Yeah.
But either way, we got tanks ready to go. We should be launching here real soon.
We'll wait on one more from 1F.
Again, welcome in everybody on YouTube. New for us here. Make sure you like it, share it, subscribe, hit the notification bell. We will be streaming all future matches on YouTube, of course, and Twitch. Today we just wasn't able to do Twitch roles and whatnot, but we'll see what happens in the future.
We'll get that all going tonight. We're gonna also have a match for you guys tonight.
Yeah, and tonight we'll be on YouTube and Twitch. Which I say it like it's a bad thing, right? YouTube, right? But it's just because I've never really focused to build it. But I kind of like YouTube more. I really do. I don't know if I can say that about the streaming side of it yet. But as far as a viewer goes, I like YouTube.
Yeah, it looks clean. That's how I would describe it. To me, it looks clean. But the other thing is, I mean, I guess the way it's with the dark, the way I have my YouTube set up, I guess just looks a little bit better than me than the way I have my Twitch set up. It's possible,
right.
But either way, on the side of DECOY, we got 2 E5s, IS-7s, 2 bad chats, upper 1, and a grill 15. I think they were kind of would have liked to see him have a TD last round. And on the side of 1F, 2 E5s again, tanks in his IS-7, same bad chats, and they're gonna bring in UV lights to play the grill.
Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't pay attention in the lobby if Monkeynomics was there, but usually that's their TD guy.
I don't know if Monkey's a grill player. I don't even know if he has the grill.
Oh, he does.
Sure, he probably does. But anyway, DECOY's sending 2. Will's playing aggressive with these spots.
He's playing very aggressive here. He's gonna get these guys lit. Yeah, definitely.
Yep, there he goes. He should be able to get out of that. Ooh, took 1 track shot. That's pretty lucky out of a bad chat.
That's a very lucky track.
A little bit of luck. Maybe that's what he needs. You're gonna be able to get out of here.
Arm's taking damage on the other side of the map. He was able to get one into tanks.
Okay, that's an okay trade, and you can make the argument that
big shot into Willows.
Nice shot at a Super D. Nice shot at a Super D. Now I did not see, but Airstorm took a chunky shot too.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
Right here in front of me. I didn't notice it.
UV lights looks like he got a high roll. I don't know if he got double tapped or he had the UV lights high. No way he would roll that high. He had to get double tapped. Oh, Willows decides,
Willows is going for a swim.
I'm gonna give you an extra pin for free. As a, you know what, Willows, I'm gonna let you slide. Do that again, though. You're gonna hear. Let you slide with that one.
They were able to get Kellen spotted, so they at least know that he is there. You have to assume they probably thought there was a tank there to begin with. Pretty standard little setup, with the exception of the grill out of UV lights. It's not a normal. It's a good spot to have him, and I would be willing to bet he was the one who put a shot into Airstorm.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been tanks, or tanks and willows. I feel like tanks and willows might have hit him.
It's possible.
But we'll see.
I didn't see it, unfortunately.
I mean, we lost. Maybe it was a high roll from ago. Well, we'll never know. We will after the match.
Somebody in chat will see it.
Willows looks like 1F is going towards the 1 line here.
Mm-hmm.
They still have a lot of time, so I don't know if they're going to full commit this, but even Lewis is falling back. They got 6 tanks ready to go. My man I-Tank's all by himself over here.
If Crucial is playing the position correctly, and it looks like he is, he'll kind of play to try to get the person that would be H0.
Decoy's ready for this. Decoy's ready for this.
So, like, he should know that guy's left the hill, right? And they've moved. They know.
The other kind of thing, though, is I felt like Decoy was ready for that 1 line last game.
Yeah.
They weren't able to make it work. Like, the execution wasn't good, so let's see how it goes here. Ready to battle.
They're coming. I mean, Arm made a fat one, yeah.
Oh, that's...
Track shot into Will.i.am. Let's see if he proves me wrong here and comes in and battles.
He's got to be careful of I-Tanks. I-Tanks will get him here. If he's not careful, he did ammo rack,
Lot of misses out of Decoy, man.
3 bounces.
Oh my God, they're all shooting for cupolas. Lewis is starting to take some damage here, but it may be a little too late.
They need to keep Gambit alive. Airstorm spotted now. Oh, he moved up. Dodger Blue is now spotted in his Leopard. They do get Lewis out. This is close. 5v5 even health. This is close. I really think Gambit needs to stay. Oh, and as I say, Will.i.am, your hero, just gives him the business.
He did.
He's on to Dodger Blue now.
Super D still unlit. Will they be able to get another shot in here? But now he's lit, and he's lost all of his front line.
Super D doing damage to Will right there is just, it doesn't matter.
I know.
It's too late. They might be able to get tanks out.
They got
I don't know if maybe Bob's just been out of the fight for a...
He did. He was up at 8-0.
Does he get Willows? Does Bob get Willows? This could be big. Oh, he does. Now, Crucial's got to win this 1v1 against tanks, and Crucial comes out too much and needs a grill shot. Oh, no. Oh, he gets a low roll. Crucial can win this. Oh, no. UV Light just doesn't let him live. I don't know if Crucial could have avoided that shot or not.
It's hard to say, man. I mean...
Yeah, I don't think he could have, so I don't,
I can tell you what is nearly impossible. I'm not going to say it's impossible, but... Bob bringing this back is nearly impossible. I mean, that was tight. They really needed to get more damage in on that initial push. I know they're shooting at cupolas, and that's like super hard to hit when E5s are moving. But man, there was a lot of missed shots out of Decoy on that initial push down the 1 line.
And
Bob chose to just take the waterway out.
I actually really like the strats out of Decoy, and I felt like sometimes, like when I would call, I'd be like, man, I felt like we lost it just because we didn't execute. And I hate to say it, I feel like that's what's going on with Decoy. Like, their execution is like, it just seems like 1F is ready to go, right? They're just way more ready to go on the ball than Decoy is right now. Not saying they can't turn around. Proc can go that way, but you're going to need a little bit more. Airstorm's got to do a little bit more. Arm's got to do a little bit more there. Gambit stayed alive for a long time. Looked like Bob was out of the fight for a long time too, which you kind of got to leave the other guy on the other side of the map, right? But
yeah,
they pushed in. They knew it was coming. They rotated for it. They were ready for it. Like both times, like it felt like Gambit seemed to have a good idea of what Willows was gonna do. Execution wise, just not on Decoy's side there. I'm not gonna fault the caller there, but we'll see how mine goes. Decoy's got to turn this around. They don't. Even if they split this round, I think being down 3-1 going into to the third map is not where Gambit is going to want to be.
No, it's really not. I mean, even going down 2-0 at the beginning in a match where you only need 5 victories is a tough position to be in. So we'll see what happens going into the next map. I know both these teams are really strong on this map. They both have a lot of experience here. All the players do. So we'll kind of see. I really don't know how this is going to go. Actually, we have a poll going. Let's take a look at this poll. Let's see. So we got 13 votes. 54% for DECOY to win this over the 46% for Sheep Team 6.
Yep. We got a little bit more DECOY fans.
Yep.
Or people who just believe they're going to win, one or the other. But I mean, that's pretty close, right? Like, that's 12, you know.
It is, yeah.
12, like 13 votes, 7 people voted for DECOY, 6 people voted for the other team, so. Like I said, these teams are super, in my opinion, even, you know. I don't think there's too much where you would really give an advantage to either way. You know, you would say maybe the one advantage that 1F has is that they do have more EU players.
They do.
And some of the guys on DECOY, I know they're more west, right, of West Canada, Western United States, South America. You know, that's not the greatest ping probably on the EU server, right? But it is what it is. You know, you sign up for EU server battles. I'm not really going to give you too much sympathy, if that makes sense.
Seen a lot of pings on the 3-4 line here.
A lot of pings.
Yep. Let's see what they make happen here. 1F, which they're Sheep Team 6 in here, but they're 1F, so this is going to throw me off. But either way, they are going to go to the 1 line with the double bat chat. Looks like from the start, DECOY is just going to go on around here. I don't know if they're planning a cap or if they're planning to push through. 3 113s and an 4 really suggest pushing.
Bob doesn't take any. Okay,
that's a good hill push. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not terrible. I think you live with the 1.
DECOY looks like they're about to go into the 1F base here though. Triple 113 with E4 coverage. Tanks is up really far. He's going to spot this push really early. This is kind of unfortunate for DECOY.
Cover tanks. Frisbee's spotted, and he's moving there. Like, they know he's coming.
Yeah, but they got...
Airstorm still spotted.
Oh,
Let's see, the
not
back
gonna
moving.
push.
Oh, see. Sheep Team 6, 1F, whatever you want to call them, they are very, very quick today on moving. You know, I don't know if that's the call or it's just the players kind of know what to do. Tanks trading shot for shot. Frisbee looks like he took a shot. They're pinning tanks with these 113s though.
Yeah, and it's a hard shot to pin too from their position, especially with the 113.
Ooh, are moving up. We took an AG shot. I think it was
my
too
God.
early to have the AG loaded. They're pushing the hill. with the bats.
It was a good reset out of the Sturm too. Yeah, they are pushing the hill. They're going to take this hill.
Oh,
they were not ready for that.
Withstand bats. Super D not in a position to do enough damage. He's going to end up having a 1v1 Willows here. Super D's kind of by himself, and Willows just got to buy times for these bats to reload. DECOY needs this cap before these bats reload. They just
I mean,
do.
Kellen's on the hill with some shells.
They need it. Oh.
Super D also didn't need to lose that 1v1 with Willows.
He didn't lose it yet.
It is true, but it's getting there. Kellen's going to come off the back of the hill here, potentially, and look for some resets on the backside. He's actually taking a little bit of a sus way down. I've seen a lot of people take a lot of damage from that.
Storm hit them both and trapped them. It's so dirty.
Believe me, trust me when I tell you, I've played that position.
So
that tank, I'm really surprised DECOY went for the cap here with them playing a Sturm. I'm going to be honest.
They needed another guy with Super D to hold those bats. I mean, the thing is, the bats are just going to take the shots from the Leopard. Like, they almost killed Kellen, right? And then they just died, right? Like, only one pin at a Bob because they just, you know, he's not bouncing any shots, blowing up. You only got one pin at a Gambit, and then you got the guys on the cap. I feel like they just need to hold one tank back. But on the other side, you know, Sheep Team 6 is very quick today with these rotations.
They
like
are.
That bat, as soon as they saw him, that bat was gone. They were right on the hill. Like, they're making calls, they're moving very, very quickly. And that's very tough. You know, when you got 7 guys on the same page that are making the rights, like that map, that was kind of perfect to me. You know, you got the CERN resetting the camps. DECOY put maybe one more tank. Maybe they should have on the cap. Depends on how you look at it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But,
yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I really think DECOY needs to slow it down. These matches are going really fast, and I've caught a lot of DECOY games. I've played against DECOY a lot. I don't think this team plays well when it's moving quick. They are used to playing slow.
I mean, I really think, you know, those first 2 matches, I liked the way that they played. You know, the second match was kind of, I liked the way both teams played. I thought, you know, coming down to 1, but you know, DECOY was ready for the proc games, you know. So that last match, yeah, maybe they could have slowed that down. But on the flip side of that, like, maybe that's kind of what they're struggling with and really not used to playing this way. But it's not a bad thing to play the opposite way than what the other team is expecting either.
No, I mean, I agree with you there, but it's just not working, right? Like I mean, I guess you can't really say it's not working because it's mines, right? Like, how slow or fast can you play?
I mean,
but
mines is whatever.
Yeah, but Sheep Team really responded well to that. You know, there was no hesitation. It looked like they knew exactly what they were doing. There was no confusion. You know, I think
they were ready to go.
Yeah, I think Gambit just needs to slow it down, go back to his roots, play the long game, pick these guys apart.
You know, like, to play devil's advocate here, like those proc games, whether those guys miss those shots and bounce in 3 minutes into the match or 7 minutes into the match, doesn't really matter. You know,
I mean,
like,
yeah.
like you know, like if Willows waits to come down that 1, you know, unless you know, you're kind of thinking, hey, DECOY's going to win trades through the course of those 7 minutes, 6 extra minutes, then yeah. But if you're not pinning shots and you're not executing your strats, it don't matter whether it's in the beginning, in the middle, or at the end. You know, it's got to happen. Very interesting lineup. We got 250Bs coming out, 4 QLs, and a Panzerwagon.
I'm gonna be honest. I like 1F's lineup here. I think the Action 10. I think it's something I've been thinking about it the entire tournament.
10?
Yeah, like nobody's really played it, but I really think.
Yeah.
Especially with the mediums that are banned, I don't know why that tank hasn't been played more.
I haven't even got to that side, but on the side of DECOY, we got 4 QLs, 250Bs, and a pan. I keep wanting to call that a cup off.
Yeah.
The Russian thing, but either way, on the side of 1F, we got 3 E5s, IS4, and 3 Action 10s. I think the Action 10s can be good when it gets those 50Bs and the Panzer, but I don't know. We will find out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested.
I do agree with you. I felt like that tank is underrated. I felt like it was.
Oh man, Airstorm's gonna get up here. Let's see. Oh no, he hit the rock.
No!
He is done for.
No!
Absolutely out.
I don't think anybody's gonna eat it that hard for the rest of the day. Oh, Kellen, no, taking a lot of damage. Gambit looking for another one on Kellen. Does get it. Big Alpha. Oh, a track.
I mean, but Gambit's eating it back, you know. So like, they did get one into Will I Am. I mean, I don't know, man.
I mean, the thing is
they've pushed the bottom at the same time. I don't know about this play either. 250Bs with 2 heavy tanks with no coverage. I don't see this working out too well for DECOY here.
No, they need a guy now, but they didn't go for. They don't have anybody at A4, so that is good. Oh, he's just gonna be in reload. Oh, Bob's just toast.
I mean, I don't know. Gambit's down. This is looking really bad for DECOY.
Yeah, they're
Bob's
just
on
down
a reload. He's
times.
gonna go down here before he's even reloaded. Like, you can't say they did this because Airstorm, you know, hit a rock and died. I mean, it's a light tank, right? I think this was their regular play. I think this is what they were gonna do. Now, maybe they didn't expect to run into 2, you know, heavy tanks here on the back with the 50Bs, but nonetheless, it's what happened. I mean, there was good punish out of DECOY.
You know, if Airstorm's up there and he puts a shot, you know, into that Action 10, the first Action 10, and then gets another one, that guy's dead. Like, this is the same kind of thing on proc. I don't think that was a bad strat, but you cannot, you know, like, the basis of that strat was to get the guy off the hill, force the other heavy tanks have to commit to the mines to keep the mine. Does that make sense?
100%.
So like Gambit is probably assuming that both those E5s at 4th to 50Bs, one of them at least is going to have to move, and they're going to have to push up to fight that, and the 50Bs are going to have a flank. The problem is, right off the rip, the guy hits a rock, and not only did he just completely went the worst possible way he could have, was directly in front of him, ate a track shot, and blew up. You know?
I gotta say something though here.
Man, that is like...
I'm gonna pull this up.
Man.
I gotta pull this up and find out, but I'm very certain we just hit our fastest match in the history of my stream. 1:42.
No, didn't we have 1:38 a couple weeks ago?
No, I'm pretty sure that was 1 and like 57 seconds. I'm pretty sure we just broke the fastest match on my stream.
All right. Well, either way.
That's crazy. I mean, I'm telling you.
You don't want to...
I think Gambit's got to slow it down here, man. I mean, he's down 4.
I don't know, man. You know, like, I like the plays. Like, I can't sit there and, you know, like, there's two parts to everything, you know? There's the play, and then there's the execution of the play. I'm not sitting here saying that, you know, it's this guy's fault or that guy's fault, but, you know, you can't in finals against, like, you can't give them tanks. You know, like, maybe when you play against lower teams and you feel like, okay, well, that team's got 4 good players, but the other 3, maybe they're new, don't have the experience, whatever the case is. Like, these guys are going to make you pay. If you have to play 6v7, your odds of winning are so low. Like, it's definitely less than 10%. You know, that's just, it's too rough. King Louie.
Yeah, welcome in, King. I gave you a reply there so you get that early. Yeah, I mean, I get it, but I'm just saying, you know, I like what Gambit's doing. He's really changing it up. This is a decoy that we haven't seen, right, in a long time. I mean, this isn't how decoy normally plays. So I see
also does happen, though, you know.
It does, but I see what he's trying to do. I just, 1F is responding really well to it, though. Like, I think you just kind of, it's hard to say it's not working, right, because they're doing it well, right? They're going to positions. They're shooting, they're getting shots, right? They did have some good punish on 1F going up there. I mean, Kellen was a 1-shot. The other guy was, what, a 2-shot? Like, they had good punish. I don't know, man.
No, but it's not. The thing is, the guy who's, like, you're depending on 3 guns to punish those guys, and then you only have 2, right? Like, that's why the guys aren't dying, you know? Like it's all math. Like, when I called it's all math, I would always be like, okay, they're going to have this here. I'm going to put this here. This wins, right? Now, if you have that scenario where you assume that this spot of the map is a win and you don't win it, your strat is done. It's over, you know? So maybe this is Kohler kind of sympathy going out, right?
Right.
But it doesn't matter if things aren't getting executed, you know? You hand the ball off and the guy doesn't block, don't matter, you know? Like, it's just the reality of it.
Well,
you know, it all starts with the first engagement, first battle, first map positions.
Oh, these guys are going fast. They're going to try to deny this position.
They ain't listening to you at all.
No.
So we're at Sheep Team's about to just clean sweep this.
They're trying to deny this guy this position is what they're doing.
Gambit could have taken damage there too. They were ready for it. They are on. Oh, Tanks should take shots here. He should take 2. He got to bounce.
He should die if they get it this correctly. I mean.
Well, now you're gonna leave Elm Unit on 1. Now here's the thing. Gambit pins that shot. Can Elm 1v1 this guy and kill him?
We're gonna find out.
Can he? He's got to push into him. He's gonna eat a shot before he gets to the battle. Now he can't really do that. Right? But let's see how this plays out.
They did deny Tanks the position, though. I like how they did that. They did that fast. They denied it.
100%. They're ready to go. I'm telling you, I think Gambit and Wills both really wanted this. They're on top of the ball.
Airstorm just got deleted again. Jeez.
Lord have mercy.
Tanks is taking damage here. Gambit should be able to get Tanks out, but damn.
Now you got UV lights, though. 8, a lot more than I think maybe he should have, but I don't know if he sacrificed himself to get some shots into Airstorm. And if he did to spot Airstorm, I think that was worth it. Crucial, is he going to come up too much? Yeah, he's got the side of his head exposed. Side of his head about to get popped again.
He's got to get the shot. He's got.
Has,
Oh no.
Man. This
Yeah,
is
that's
rough.
bad. That's
This
bad.
Is rough. It's just if I'm on decoy, don't buy a lottery ticket.
I'm not real sure why UV lights didn't just shoot and kill him.
Because he doesn't have to. Well, now he's dead because he tried to shoot and kill him. So.
Yeah, but I thought he had the shot when he backed. I mean, nonetheless,
yeah,
Crucial
like,
got
yeah,
out.
So, like, Crucial's gonna die. Like he needed to keep his armor.
This is a close match.
The other guy. Yeah, 100%. But again, you know, Airstorm's big kind of boo-boo there is a big thing. You know, they've got a bad chat. Like either like they're not gonna kill Crucial in the bad chat there. Once they get on spotted. So realistically, Decoy probably should have another tank right now.
Yeah. I mean,
great play on tanks, fantastic strat on tanks, but you know, they're able, like, Gambit's whole strat was to get UV lights out, and like I'm assuming, okay, so don't take this, you know, take this everything I say with a grain of salt always, right? But Gambit's play was to get tanks and UV lights out, and probably in his head, you know what he probably said? I'm probably gonna lose a tank.
right.
Tank and a half at the most, and now he's even ball game, right? So
I don't hate the trade. I mean, they got tanks out. That position's really hard to get people out of.
I mean, I hate the trade because it shouldn't have been that bad. That's why you gotta hate it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
they're kind of in a weird position now too. Like you know, 1F took advantage of the situation as best they could, and they took map control. Fairly decently too. I mean, they got some good coverage. Looks like everybody can cover everybody for the most part, with the exception maybe Willow's a little bit here, kind of aggressive, but I don't even think they know he's there yet. I don't know. This isn't over yet. This is still winnable by both teams.
the downside of this is that you have to cap. Right?
Randy took a
does
shot.
Take a shot that but you have to cap with a bad chat.
Right.
And when you have to cap with a bad chat, you don't have a bad chat covering a tank. Right, like I kind of always hated capping with a bad chat because those 5 shots behind a tank are just deadly.
Mm-hmm.
But this is far from over, you know. I mean, I don't usually like to try to root for teams, but I kind of want Decoy to win so it keeps going, you know.
I mean, it's been fast. I don't even know.
Oh yeah, it's been good.
We haven't been live long.
In. Yeah, we're only an hour in. But they got a minute. Lewis moving up. It looks like Will's going to try to link up with Willows here. They allow him to move around the map. They got nothing on that backside to really spot.
Yeah, but one F's gearing up to come down the middle here.
You got a lot of weight on Bob right now. I think Bob's going to be key in this.
Well, not just Bob, but Dodger Blue. Dodger Blue's got to start doing some farming when this really hits the fan.
So, Arm taking a shot. Probably should have been a little bit safer spot there. And donks a shot. These are the things, like, you gotta... If you're gonna take a lick, you gotta give a lick, as old Rudy used to say.
Mm-hmm. He did give one back.
Oh, nice.
Big one into from the grill.
Good pin out of Super D. Arm should get another shot here right in the pooper. Boom, right in the gas tank. Would have loved to see a fire there.
Grill took a track shot out of the bat shot.
Yeah, but here comes your hero to bring the hammer.
Yeah.
Will.i.am is not a guy you
Willow's
want
on fire. Willow's down. Bob took 0 damage. That is awesome for Decoy there. Will.i.am's going to take some damage here. He's getting shot on the side.
Though. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This Leopard is really key. Dodger Blue has got to make this gun sing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they got to commit Bob to this, but they're going to.
Oh, yeah, ate it big. Yeah, didn't even need it.
Those shots are what win against good teams. Like what you saw Monkey just do there, regardless if they win this match or not. But when he has a 1.2 window to hit and hit for 750 damage, and you make those shots, that is a huge shot. That's a great shot by Monkey.
Yeah, I mean, it's not over yet. I mean, I know they're down a tank, or no, 2 tanks, but they got some good players left in the game. So this is definitely not over. They've still got to cap this flag.
You still got a tank that can spot. You still got 2 tanks that can farm, and you got a tank that can take hits if he has to go in there. So not over, but I mean Dodger Blue's position and Erm's position, like they didn't get Erm out. They got no damage on Dodger. Hopefully you were looking for more damage on Bob too, but Gambit taking a little bit of damage in the back, right? Probably afford to do that, but you know, Lewis reminded him, you know, you make a little bit of mistake, I'll make you pay for it.
It's a good spot from Gambit to light up Lewis there. That's good knowledge.
Yeah. Yeah. The other thing, you know, even before we played, I felt like the first map was really big, momentum-wise, you know. I felt like if Decoy can maybe rattle 1F and make them doubt a little bit, but it's kind of been the opposite, you know. 1F's playing with a little bit of swagger, I think.
Yeah, let's see here. Oh, I'm missing something. Randy just got bopped. Looked like a top came off.
Yeah, he just blew his top off because he had way more health than that.
Well, I mean, that pretty much
if you're
puts
gonna
a
get your
cap on
top blown, you might as well get it in a, like I've always viewed that, you know, get that RNG out of the way in a match you're gonna lose anyway, right?
True.
You know. Now, does that probably really matter? No, but
they should be able to get this one out here, and that's going to give a victory to Decoy here, and they needed that. They needed that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, clearly it was 4-0. You know, they had to have it. Oh, boy, what a stressful match. There were so many things that happened there that was just kind of out of the blue. I mean, Airstorm coming over those tracks, and the focus fire out of 1F to delete him was insane.
Yeah, it was really good.
Insane. I mean, back-to-back deletions of Airstorm. Yikes.
Yeah, he's having a rough day. He's having a rough day.
Good game out of Super D, though. 48-80. I mean, they needed that out of that grill. I mean, what is he? 6 spins? That's pretty good. The Leopard Dodger Blue did what I said he had to do. You know, he pinned shots. 43-72. I mean, these two guys right here helped win that game hands down. Erm did really good at surviving there, man. He survived. He played that rock really well.
He did great.
Yep.
Did great.
Put a lot of work into Willows when he made the cross up, right? Put him down to what, a 1, I think? Of course, I think he might have took a shot or two maybe from Dodger, but yeah, no, Erm played the rock really well.
Yeah, he did good.
Yeah, it was a good round for Decoy.
Erm is usually not a guy that I don't know, but I don't know if he's really a starter for them. I think they kind of bring him in if they really need somebody. So for a guy like that to play like that is a good sign.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
But here we go. On to the other side of steps here. Decoy's going to need to bring this back.
Yeah, and I mean, at this point...
Willows is good on this map, man. Steps is one of Willow's things, so...
Yeah.
I think if you said to me, hey, 1F's going in here 4-0 going to Steps, I would say GG, wrap it up, you know, but... we will see.
Just the unfortunate thing, I've been on the receiving end of you're on your match point, right? You have to win 5 straight to win. And that's a tough position to be in, man.
We had to win 7.
6 or 7, yeah. So
we had to win 7.
So I know what it feels like to have to win every single match from that point forward, and it's no easy feat. It's really stressful.
You gotta just take it one at a time.
You do, but it could be a lot, man. It could be a lot. You can really get into your head. Of course, we don't hear their party, don't know what it's like, right? Hopefully
they're pretty cool and calm over there for the most part, I think, you know.
Just taking a look at the chat.
I think it would be easier for Decoy to come back from a deficit than it would for 1F.
Oh yeah, no, I agree with that. Yeah. So,
but on the flip side, you know, if it's easier to make the other two, you know, maybe 1F, it's easier for them to make the other team have a deficit. So,
thanks for everybody coming into the chat for our first YouTube stream, and on a channel where I have like no followers, right? We've had like 15, 16, I think, or something like that. Pretty good. Thanks for everybody being here for this game.
Yeah, much appreciated.
Hopefully we can build the momentum off of this.
Also, shout out to my man Smill. Hopefully he's in chat.
Yeah, that's another thing about YouTube is a lot of people have different names when they do Twitch, so I really don't know who some of these people are.
Well, I know who King Louie is.
Yeah, I know who King Louie is. Yeah. I know who Evan is. Evan's out here modding it up. Taco. Not really sure who Daniel Alexander is. Not 100% on that one. So yeah, new here. Lewis, thanks for hopping in and giving us congrats, or thanks for covering the game. Appreciate you. Ooh. Had to give me a drink of water. Again, just a reminder for everybody, we'll be live tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern time, for the 5th place decider match between Khan, which is King, and 4Cat X, live on Twitch and YouTube.
Should be a good one. Those teams should be pretty even. For 5th place, a little bit of pride. A little bit of pride on the line.
I think there's some prizing on the line with that too. I'd have to check.
Yeah, well, prizing, however you want to look at it. A little bit of both. But on the side of Decoy here, we got 2 Super Cons, a Kronwagen, 2 IS7s, a Batchat, a Leopard 1, and on the side of 1F, we have 3 5s, IS7, Batchat, Leopard 1, and an Object 260.
Yeah, Gambit's back in that Kronwagen. He really likes that thing. We've seen him play it a couple of times. I guess if he plays it the same, which it looks like he's going to, 1F may know what's coming here.
I mean, I have a pretty standard, you know. Will's going to go over here, see what it is, and make a decision on what he wants to do. No rush. You don't really need to rush the attack on this. I do believe you kind of want to get cap pressure with about 4 minutes on. You know, I'll say that on steps. I think you want a little bit of time, but we will see how it plays out. 260, pretty aggressive spot for the 260, but with that camo, so bad. That was my first tank that I saw. When I first started playing. I remember I got to like tier 6, and I got hit by an ISU 152.
Oh,
for like a
man.
gazillion, and this is back in the day before like tanks hit like that, and I was like, I want that. Right? I was like, I want that. I grinded for that tank. The Object 260 was my first tier 10, and the only tier 10 I've ever sold, ironically enough.
So we'll see if Gambit and Decoy here react. They gotta know something's up, right? Let's see if they start rotating some tanks back. I mean, they've kind of got their standard coverage on the north side, so we'll see.
Pretty standard, this one, you know. Trying to slow it down. Maybe that loss made, you know, pump the brakes a little bit.
Maybe. Dodger Blue's going to move his I-7 on over into the standard little spot there. I hate that I have to say that's now the standard, because definitely didn't used to be.
Yeah, well.
It is now. Which that's what these streams are for. Hopefully other teams are utilizing. That's a good position.
You always started using that spot first?
Yeah. Us.
Yep.
We created that.
Created the meta.
Created the IS-7 meta.
Well, not the IS-7 meta. One
On
spot on
steps.
steps. One spot on steps. That's the only thing I got credit for over 10 years.
I don't know about all that.
I don't even know if it was my idea. To be honest with you.
I can't remember. I was trying to think. I don't know. It's either you, Tanks, or Willows. One of the three.
No, I think I wanted to get him up there. They were against it at first.
Decoy's going to make a little bit of a push here on the south side. I don't know that they've got anybody spotted. I wasn't looking for some weird reason. 268's going to hightail it out. Boy, it would be... Oh, Gambit lit here.
Oh, Lewis got spotted back there.
He's kind of in a position where he can't really get punished yet,
Gambit
though.
moving up. I used to like that spot. I used to love playing that spot. It was much shame as I couldn't die. Oh, no, Gambit's up further. It takes so long to get across this map.
It does. Ooh. Yeah, Gambit's up really far.
He's falling back, though. Bob spotted. Oh, Bob ate one. Gambit spotted. Oh, Bob ate another one.
Bob can continue to eat some if he doesn't get down. Lewis is up high.
That's a little rough. 2 shots on a batch, that's a little rough. Now they know he's kind of going to be on the move.
They're pushing the I-7 in the north. I got to pay attention to this.
Here they go.
It's a good play.
Great play, because they got them to look the other way for a second. But Crucial is on top of the rock farming.
Mm-hmm.
And Dodger is battling. Gotta get another. Oh, and they're bouncing. Will's donking these shots, and Frisbee donked a shot.
Dodger's gotta be careful not to back up too far here. He's gonna give the back of his turret to the other guys.
Nice, they got Frisbee. That's good for Decoy.
I don't know why he's trying to just go over on an A5 here. He's got to just play this. I know he's in a weird position here.
He's rocking. I mean, I think Dodger's done pretty good. I never view Dodger as like a battler player, so to say, right? But he did pretty good right there.
Yeah, and they let Crucial farm. Crucial has been just sitting rent-free on top of that, that little pump there.
IS7 form's not tremendous, but it's not as bad as most people I think. You know.
Mm-hmm.
You hit somebody for 500, it is a slap.
I missed what happened on the back end. Looks like UV Lights took a shot. Will.i.am's down to just under half.
Gambit took some damage. But at the end of this, same even number of tanks. Decoy still got, about 2.
Crucial's getting some good shots in on this E5.
Yeah, he's rocking that spot. He's doing a great job. The thing is, like, when you're playing defense and you're like, if you look at 1F, right, like, okay, guys, we have to push. There's 4 minutes left. Which heavy tank is going to lead? Which heavy tank is going to be the spear?
Yeah.
Right? They're all beat up. Huge.
Crucial just bullied this guy in the middle. Pretty good. I mean, he does have a cupola, but
he's
like,
schooling him.
He did take him out. I mean, that was good there.
Yeah.
He also, somebody's gotten some pins in on Tanks too. Tanks is down below a half.
Yeah. It's been super day.
Unbelievable.
I don't know, unbelievable, but Gambit falling back. Yeah, I mean, Decoy ready to play on steps right here.
Yeah, Decoy's they're sitting in a good position. It's not over. I mean, 1F can turn this around.
No. I mean, you could have, everybody's got to remember, man, there is RNG in this game, right? Like, you saw Randy's top pop off, a fire, a top, a lag out. You have a bunch of things that can happen,
And you're playing with some of the best players in the game, man. Sometimes people find shots where you're just like, sheesh.
Well, like, that's why I pointed out Monkey's shot. Like, people don't realize how hard that is to make. Because you only have that 1 second. Like, the guy's going to come through that area eventually, but you got to be ready for it. You got to know the lead. You got to know the speed back. Right? Like, it's tough to do that. Usually what would happen to me is I would stare at a spot for like a minute and a half, and as soon as I looked away, there he goes. Yeah. Like, that's my luck, but...
They're stacking up here on the north. I don't really know what they're going to be able to do here. Yeah, I don't know. This is going to be tough. I mean, they're going to have to try to get Crucial out.
They're going to have to play the cap. That's their only play. The problem is
it's going to be hard with what.
They don't have anybody in the back. But I don't know if Decoy has enough time to even get there. See, this kind of thing, like I said in the beginning of the match, you kind of want to get on this cap. For me, I always kind of want to do it at like 4 minutes on steps, the latest, right? Because you're going to come off the cap, get resets, get spotted. You want the time to bleed people. Just like Miro, right? You want the time to bleed the people, get the guy on the cap, get the guy off the cap, keep his health.
Okay, so yeah, they're gonna go for the Crucial here.
How is Lewis not spotted?
I guess he's just trying to show Airstorm how to actually do it. I don't know.
Yeah, there he goes. If he gets this guy, this dramatically changes this. If he takes no damage and kills him,
he took 1 shot, missed the second.
That's next to none, though. Wow.
Kellen took no damage.
Wow, I am really surprised that Super D couldn't spot that he didn't get spotted on that line, and that he just got that. And they just took out the 1 tank for them that was pumping. Like, they might be down 3,000, but you can make up that 3,000 real quick.
Oh, he went unspotted. He could still go down here. Oh, Bob's moving. Never mind. Bob's stopping to try to take a shot. Will.i.am's going to get safe. They're going to double cap here. This is going to put a lot of pressure on Decoy.
Yeah.
It's going to be really hard now.
Crucial dying for next to nothing is just a huge blunder.
Well, that and 1F's now got very strong positions, other than Tanks kind of driving out in the middle of the field, but I think he's just trying to take attention. I think he's just pulling attention, maybe trying to get some spots off.
Well, he's going to get to that rock. He wants to spot what's coming and hit Airstorm as Airstorm's moving in. They know that they're going to try to get to, you see where like everybody's dead? They want to get around there to spot this cat. Oh, they got Lewis spotted.
They did, yeah.
I don't know if it's because he moved. Oh, does Airstorm get him? No! Oh, Airstorm goes down.
Gambit might go down here too. He did get close enough to get the TD lit.
Oh, missed at a Super D.
This is still
Super
really
D's
hard.
got to get this reload. He's got to pump in and reset. Oh, no, he doesn't have to, actually. Well, I guess Will.i.am could jump on the cap. Yeah, this is the thing. I just don't. I actually think 1F.
No, they got to push this.
Yeah, 1F would have pulled this back if they would have been able to do this a little bit quicker, but I don't think this was their original plan, obviously. way closer than I think you would have seen this playing out if you looked at the screen 5 minutes ago. But
For sure.
Decoy's got to hang on here. Erm's got to hang on. I don't think they'll have enough time to get them all. No, they won't. Close though.
No, I mean, Bob kind of got into a fairly safe position back there too. But Erm's got a lot of health. They got this one here. So
Yeah.
another
Good.
good
We
round.
want to see a battle 4-2, kind of a different ball game. It's kind of creeping up. Does the doubt start to set in 1F? You just chalk it up to the map, maybe.
Maybe. We'll see. Either way, good game out of Super D and his Super Conk. That felt weird saying Super D and a Super Conk. Anyway, he was able to really do some damage there.
I mean,
in a tank that's kind of easy to pin when he peeks that like that, but it was good.
nah, that's not true. Not from a distance. I mean, I don't think that's true. I mean, I really think the real MVP for DECOY, which was a shame that they kind of let him die. Like, even though, you know, you see Cruz only did 25, right? He got 2 kills, and he was a nuisance there. Maybe would have liked to see a little bit more out of Gambit.
Yeah, not to mention he also had 2,400 assists in that position. That's a big deal.
Yeah, they weren't really able to get the 268 cooking. They kind of had to use him to cap, right? Frisbee didn't look like he had that great of a game either. He kind of made that push, but the Dodger Blue Crucial Crossout combo in the beginning was so good. It was able to withstand the kind of little mistakes throughout after that point, you know? So credit to those two. Credit Dodger Blue, credit to Cruzroute. In my book, I think you won the game for your team there. And obviously Super D with the coverage, but Super D's kind of automatic with that. You expect Super D to do good damage and do what he does, right? So kind of got sick of giving him credit, so we're going to give it to other people, you know? Miro, interesting.
Yeah.
Miro was a tough one to get 2 on. I think Miro's a tough one to get 2 wins on, but Decoy's going to have to do it. The other kind of thing is when you plan for this, sometimes you're, you know, like when you're calling, sometimes like the first maps you're going to play just get a lot more attention. You kind of have a little bit more detail, a little bit more of a play for it. And then when you kind of get to the later maps, you know, you don't have as good, you haven't put as much time into having something new or detail or a better strat, if that makes sense, you know?
Yeah, and I mean, Muro's one of those maps where I think both these teams play it well.
The way how even these teams are, literally one blind shot could win a match on something like this, you know? So we will see how it plays out. Get some tanks in here, but Decoy still got the back against the wall, but so far so good with the back against the wall.
Yeah, I mean they've started to turn this around a little bit. I don't know if you want to say that it's because the matches were a little bit slower pace, but possibly. Give me another drink of water. Daniel says, I'll have to wonder who he is. Interesting. I could probably just click on your picture and figure it out, but hey, Oliver, welcome in. Don't know who you are off of Twitch, but hey, glad to have you. Truth is, can you figure out how to change your display name? Well, you know, it is what it is. Hey, King Louis, thanks for being here, man. I really appreciate you, bro.
You thought who was Tubbins?
So he's talking about, we were discussing who created that position, so he thinks it was Tubbins. So that means you're somebody.
I was somebody.
No, not. I'm talking
used
about
to be
figuring out
somebody.
who Daniel is.
I don't know. Don't worry about it. Daniel Alexander. I don't know if that was anybody in our clan. I'm gonna say no.
I don't know. I don't think so.
But at the end of the day, no.
It's a mystery
Rock on,
out
Daniel.
here.
Rock on. People don't know who I am, you know, on YouTube. They have no idea. You didn't know.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, I should have.
Which you really should have, because you should know my name, but you don't remember anything, so.
Well, I guess that's fair.
It is. It's not nice, but it's fair. Little poke at you. I saw you. You know, I went to go take a piss. I heard you trying to grab the credit for the slower, slowing down thing.
Yeah, man.
But you're all right. You're all right. We'll give you a little bit of credit on that one. All right. Yeah.
I'm a big fan of changing it up in a final when another team has probably been practicing for your standard, right? It's just when it doesn't really work the way you want it to work, whether it's because they're playing well or you're playing bad, whatever. Even that doesn't matter. You still maybe just have to go back to what you know you can do, right? Not saying they were doing it bad, and I thought they were doing it great. I just think 1F was doing a really good job reacting.
Really surprised to see Monkey 9 in these. I don't know if he's lagging or.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I mean, sometimes on the weekends I know he has a little bit harder internet. Well, harder internet, a little bit worse internet. But I'm really surprised.
I definitely
he's a
think
good gun. Monkey is a good gun.
I definitely think based on the people they have in the room, especially in a TD, he's their best player.
He's good, yeah. I mean, UV Lights is no slouch.
No, UV's really good as well.
Yeah, he's no slouch, man.
I guess it would be a toss-up. Like, I know UV's played the TD for him a few times tonight. I don't know. Monkey hits shots, man.
In my honest opinion, I think it depends. I haven't played with UV enough to know how his communication is. You know, I know Monkey's more on the quieter side, but I've kind of always felt like if you're really good and you're where you need to be, and I don't need to tell you what to do, I really don't care if you talk. You know?
Yeah, I mean it's
a little bit of talking here and there. You know, let us know when you're gonna die, right? But besides that, you know, the guys in the back aren't as important as the guys in the front as far as vocals go.
And I have noticed
13-105, interesting over Manticore. See what they do.
I have noticed DECOY has been missing somebody the last couple of weeks. Its dip has not been there.
No, I mean, life happens.
Yeah,
you know?
that's true.
But on the side of 1F, 2 E5s, 2 IS7s, 2 bad chats, and then Action 10. And on the side of DECOY, Super Conk, E5, IS7, IS4, bad chat, Leopard, and a 13105 interesting pick.
A gold mark 13105.
Oh, I love that little tank.
It looks really good with gold marks. I'll give it that.
I don't think I ever gold marked the tank.
I don't know if you'd find too many gold mark 13105s out there in the wild. But either way, let's see what we got coming out of 1F here on defense. Looks like they're going to play pretty aggressive with Willows, trying to get some spots.
Pretty standard.
Yep,
pretty standard.
Good spots out of Bob here, lighting up the 2 heavy tanks. But at least they know that's there. I mean, they had to already assume. Looks like they're going to try to definitely play for this cap. I like where he's at. We've done this play a lot. That's a hard position to hit. I just don't know if the 13105 can do it quite like a Manticore.
Oh, they're running this strat.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a good strat.
They got Gambit in there. They got Crucial in there. They got Erm. They got Dodger looking over. Here comes Will.i.am. Oh, they're going to force Will.i.am to maybe do something he doesn't want to do.
I mean, they're going to have to.
Nice shot on Randy.
They don't really have anything to punish this guy yet.
No, Kellen's really got to get there. But he should eat Airstorm's clip. Oh, Airstorm's looking to help Super D. Airstorm should go right for Kellen. Honestly, Super D's dead.
They have
Show
to.
him up as a dead.
If they let him get up and light Bob.
Nice, he's doing exactly what he needs to do. It's okay to kill Super D. Super D's fine out there dying as long as they don't go off the cap. Why are they pushing this? Just back up.
Yeah, they got it down to 2 seconds.
Nah, Kellen's one shot.
Kellen's he took a reset.
Erm's got to get Kellen. Somebody's got to get Kellen.
Bob took a shot at Kellen. I mean, I guess he kind of needed to.
He did. Nobody's dying.
Will.i.am is down to literally a slither of health. Gambit's going for it, misses. Dodger got it, but then Dodger dies.
But Dodger moved
Crucial
up and
died.
The whole back to Willows. Oh,
Airstorm's on fire.
Just not been Airstorm's day.
Man, they had that down, man. Right at 0, they got the reset.
Execution. Like, Kellen should have died. I'm just, you know, it is what it is. You had Erm to hit him. You had a bad chat clip. Kellen dies. different ball game. You force your light tank on Cap to try to kill him because you need it to die. Because if he gets behind there, it just doesn't happen. They put Super D out there to buy time. He did what he needed to do. You know, I'm not really here to like pass blame or say this, but there are some guys on Decoy that just flat out needed to play better.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm not gonna say, you know, and I'm not sticking up, you know, for the caller of Decoy because I was a caller, but there are some things, at least in my opinion, looking at it, how it played out, tanks wise, number wise, math wise, they probably should have won some of those matches. You know, saying how it is. But on the flip side, right, pinning shots, playing the game, working together, taking hits, rotating, moving on time, it's a huge thing. And like the rotations from 1F were immediate. You know, and that was the one thing that I always found very, very hard about playing against Magna and Kellen and Parko and those guys, is that they were extremely quick at rotating. And it's really what you saw today. You know, you have players on that team that aren't saying, should I do this? It's more, I'm doing this, I'm already doing this, I'm assuming. So, really good. But, I mean, that's like 3 matches. I saw that. I kind of felt up in the air. Maybe could have really kind of went the other way, you know, and just didn't. You know, I'm sure the EU server doesn't help, but at the end of the day, yeah, it's tough. You know, pressure's on. You don't want to flub it.
Right.
You don't. You know, you work so hard to get. You know, from somebody who's played in the finals, like you put months into practicing, scrimming.
Oh, hours upon hours.
Prepare, hours into doing this, and to see it kind of not work, because execution-wise, a little bit rough. But congratulations to 1F. Congratulations, Loki Pounding. You know, we came back a while ago. I believe this is his first. Finally getting back in the championship circle. So congratulations to them.
Yeah, congrats to 1F. They're going to take the EU championship. They are still battling on NA to make it to the finals. Good. We could get a repeat next week on NA server between Decoy and Sheep Team 6 in the NA finals. Sheep Team 6 has to play tonight on NA. If they win, they progress next week to play Decoy. Decoy's already there. Sheep Team's a week behind, so we might get a repeat next week on NA. Again, congrats to Sheep Team 6 for taking the EU championship. Thanks to everybody for coming to YouTube for us. I know we've had 15, 16 people here tonight. That's amazing. I really that beat my expectations. Considering never streamed on YouTube. Yeah, so thanks for showing out. Share it, sub, all the standard YouTube things. We're gonna continue to stream YouTube with Twitch. And tonight, don't forget, should be a great game. Don't let 5th place decider fool you.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one.
These two teams are very evenly matched.
Yeah, also while we're on YouTube, Randy Duck, one of the guys who played in this match, been doing YouTube for years. He reviews tanks, breaks down things, tries to, give good knowledge about the game. He's got good gameplay, he's got good knowledge, great guy, super nice guy, help you out, kind of runs his own clan little thing over there for the community and everything like that. So if you're on YouTube and you're not subscribed to Randy or follow, whatever they want to call it on this thing, hook him up with that. He's a good guy, good videos, everything like that. And, obviously everybody who streams, follow, sub, and all that stuff, as far as YouTube and things, anything that's free, it's just clicking a button and it helps everybody out. So the more you can do, the more it's appreciated. But either way, we will be back tonight. I don't know if there's anything else you got to add.
Tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you also hit Gambit up on YouTube. Gambit, does a lot of the same things. Randy's a super good guy. Both their names are on the screen. That's how their names are on YouTube, so you can search them up.
That might be No Sleep. That might be No Sleep.
It's possibly No Sleep.
That might be No Sleep. I bet you that's No Sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured it out. Figured it out.
Yeah. So either way, chat, I really appreciate y'all. Thanks for coming out to YouTube. Again, congrats to 1F. Tobbins, thanks for being here. And we will catch you guys tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Be there. 5th place decider, Con, 4CatX, YouTube, and Twitch. We'll catch y'all later.